Welcome back. This is the final video we'll be making on payment gateway integration. In previous videos I mentioned that there are few flaws, so to speak limitations in Instamojo. We'll get a solution how to overcome it and how to get our work done. So if you click on APIs and plugins, under supported library section, we'll go for PHP library. It will open a GitHub link. You can scroll it down and explore, then you'll find some useful documentation. But before you proceed with anything of that, click on source. Now click on instamojo.php. Copy the whole code. This time you must be familiar with whatever files we have. I have just added two more files, fix.php and iClass.php. So whatever I have copied from there, it's a class, so I'm just pasting here. There's no need to modify this code, you can use it as it is. Coming back to code, scroll down and you will find some documentation. So this is worth noting that for test accounts we need to pass the third parameter, and also what we are particularly interested is in getting status or details of payment request. So we need to copy a couple of things from here. This one goes straight into our fix.php. First of all, we will require our class iClass.php. Then we will instantiate our API variable. We are interested in getting this thing, status of a payment request. So let's copy it, paste it in our file. This is a really basic try catch block. In case you don't know what is a try catch block, if something goes wrong in this area, in this try block, then it will be considered as an error and the error will be printed here. I have passed in my credentials, and also using webhook I have got payment request ID of one of my transaction. I have just pasted here. So just before processing, don't forget to add this cacert.pem file. It is a security requirement for Instamojo class to work, so you have to just download these both files and keep it in the same directory. So everything is good. Oh, I don't need these square braces, so I think this should work and it will pop out a response, hopefully. Gives us everything just like requesting a payment, but it tells us that the status is pending. We are creating a payment called completed, just to make sure that we have one single transaction which is for sure completed, and we can test it. Right now we created a payment called completed and we know for sure that this transaction was completed. We'll just copy its payment request ID and paste it here. So when we refresh it, we see that the status is completed. I have done it multiple times, this testing, and I have found that if the status is completed here, then actually the money has been transferred to your account. Instead of printing out the whole array, we are just extracting status. As soon as we refresh, we must see just completed. Yeah, it's just completed. If you put any other incomplete transaction, we know for sure that flaw 001 is not completed. Copy it, paste it, refresh. The status should not be completed, it should be something else. Yeah, it's just sent and it's not completed. So there are different status which suggest different things. I don't actually remember what means essentially what, but the takeaway here is that completed essentially means that the transaction is completed in real terms. Money actually you have received the money. So now that we have extracted the real status of the transaction, this is our webhook PHP file where we need to integrate this feature from fix.php. So we can copy paste here and there and the work will be done. We need this payment request ID. If you have noted that we also get this ID from the post request that is sent to webhook, so we will use that. In this response, whatever we received is a real status. if we can change this variable in here, real status. So if we are arranging our code in such a way that only when real status is equal to completed, only then we are gonna mark in our database. And I have tested this code multiple times and it works well. If you have any kind of suggestions or comments, please feel free to comment below. If you like the video, then hit that like button. Do subscribe the channel. If you are interested in this Instamojo, if you are interested in getting account with Instamojo, then please use the link below. It will be a huge motivating factor for you. Thank you, and I'll meet you in my new series.